Today for Mousetrap Monday, I'm going to show you step by step how to build this automatic mousetrap that sucks up mice in a vacuum and then resets itself. This is a really easy project to build and you can get all the parts at a local hardware store. In my last video, I showed this trap in action. The mouse goes in there, hits the sensor, turns on the vacuum, and when it runs out, it gets sucked up in the hose. So if you build this trap, you can leave it plugged in and catch mice on a continuous basis. You just have to check the bucket every once in a while and dump out the dead mice. Now for this project, I use a brand of shop vac called the Buckethead. I use this because it's not very expensive, it works as a wet or dry vac, and it's a perfect size for catching mice. If you wanted to catch rats or squirrels, you need a bigger vacuum. Now the concept's really easy. When a mouse goes inside there, we want the vacuum to turn on, and then turn off and reset itself. Now before making this working prototype, my first attempts at making a vacuum mousetrap completely failed. This was my first design. I tried to keep it simple. It's a wooden box. In the back here we have a hole. That's for the vacuum hose. In the front here, this is where the mouse enters. It wants the bait, goes inside. And on top here, we have a hole for the sensor. It points straight down. When the mouse would go under the sensor, it'd turn on the vacuum, get sucked up in the hose, and then get caught. The trap was supposed to reset with the sensor, but the problem was it didn't. I found with the infrared sensor I'm using, it's affected by airflow. So once the trap turned on, it wouldn't turn off as long as the air was going. I needed something that would trip but not have airflow. So I came up with this design. I attached a vacuum hose to a PVC tee. Now the screen is a key. Having wire here allows the air to not flow in front of the sensor. That way when the mouse turns it on and runs past the screen, it gets sucked up in the hose. We'll take this part off. Now here I have a second tee. This is the feeding station. On one end I put a screen, and I use this PVC tee because this infrared sensor can sense up to 180 degrees, and I didn't want it turning on unless the mouse was directly in line. I drilled a hole on this cap to fit the pipe. This cap eliminates false triggers with the infrared sensor and only trips when a mouse is in line. Now the key to this trap is this infrared motion sensing switch. You need something that turns the vacuum on when the mouse goes inside, runs long enough for the vacuum to suck up the mouse, and then turns the vacuum off and resets itself. And these are really easy to find. I got this at the hardware store. This is a light switch that can save a lot of energy. The infrared sensor will turn on the lights when someone enters a room or moves around. And when they leave the room, the lights will turn off after a set amount of time. You can program the switch to run between 30 seconds and 30 minutes. We don't want our vacuum running 30 minutes, but we can turn it down to 30 seconds. That will be perfect. But this will require a little bit of electrical work. Wiring the switch is the most technical part of this trap, but I'll show you step by step how to do it. First, we need to take the sensor out of the package. Now this is pretty simple. There's a plate on front that's a switch. You click it, goes on and off. This is the sensor. We're going to take off the plate. And once this piece is removed, you take off the front plate. Here's two knobs you can adjust. One's a timer and one's for sensitivity. I'm going to go ahead and set this on the lowest setting for 30 seconds. And to make it the most sensitive. And we're now ready to wire the switch. There's instructions here. I'm going to remove the plastic in the middle so we can see the wires. I'm not going to cut the white wire, but we are going to cut the black wire and attach it to the switch. We have a black, bare copper, and white wire. We'll go ahead and cut these two. As we attach the wires, I want to be clear. The way I'm showing you here applies to this brand and this model, the IP-SO2. Other motion sensors may need to be hooked up in a different way, so make sure you read and understand the instructions. With the SO2, there are 3 screws for attaching wires. A red, which is kind of purple, a black, and a green. The green is for the bare copper wire, the ground. The black is for the hotline, and the red is for the load. What that means is the hotline here is the side of the wire we're going to attach the plug, which is going to bring electricity from the wall to the unit. The red, or the load, is going to be attached to the side with the round. That's what we plug the vacuum into. So overall, it's pretty simple. Now there are a few options for attaching wires. You can strip off the end, bend a hook, hook it around the screw and screw it down, or there's a guide on back on how far you strip the wire. Then you can put it on the plate underneath and tighten down the screw. That's what we're going to do here. So as we measure, it looks right about there. Now we'll attach the hot wire, just slide it under the plate and tighten down the screw. Next we'll attach the ground. I have a short piece of copper wire. I'll put that under the green screw. And then hook up the load wire. This is almost ready to go. We'll use a wing nut to connect the ground wires. That looks good. Just make sure you know the black line goes to the hot with the plug and the red goes to the load. Next we'll put the switch in the electrical box. There's holes in back for the wires, then we'll screw it down. We have the plug done, now we just need to hook up the other side. Now that we have the plug and round hooked up, I'm going to spray paint everything black just to make it look better. With the switch all wired and ready to go, we can attach it to the base. I built some brackets to hold it in place. Then we have our feeding station, some peanut butters in there and the tube, and we have our cap. Slide that on, put that right up against the sensor. Make sure you put the screen on this side and attach our vacuum hose with the T. Now we just plug in our shop vac and we're ready to start sucking up mice. But I still consider this a prototype. I think you can improve a lot of things. If you make a better vacuum mousetrap, send me photos, I'd love to see them. Currently I'm posting videos every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. So if you're not a subscriber, please consider clicking the button right there. If you want to see how to catch mice, rats, squirrels, chipmunks, moles, voles, and gophers, stay tuned.